Thanks everybody for being here. Cake, 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 cake. Sing it with me. You don't have to know it. Cake, 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 cake. Yeah, all right. Everybody's right. Cake, 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 cake. Yeah. Chocolate, vanilla, red velvet. Cake, 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 cake. Cake, 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 cake. I didn't come here to party. I didn't come here to stay. Cake, 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 cake. I just came to leave with somebody. Cake, 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 cake. I just came here for the cake. Yeah. When I found out that tonight's theme was eat me. Oh my God, I threw up a little bit in my mouth. I really did. Because talking about food in front of people is about the most embarrassing thing that I can think of. And I'm probably going to swear a lot, so if anybody's offended about that, I'm really fucking sorry. So if that bothers you, because I can't help myself. So, you know, there's that. Because I never wanted to be that chick with food issues, you know, that like has to talk about things when she's ordering at a menu or has food allergies or needs to read labels. But I am, because, you know, if I am going to practice any form of self-care whatsoever, I have to actually do it. I love food. I love it. I like to eat it. I like to share it. I like to smell it. I like to, you know, I like to have it with people. I like to have it in my mouth. I love it. I love food. And I love cake. Cake, cake, cake. Anybody else? Does anyone love cake? Yeah. Awesome. I love it. I fucking love it. I've apparently eaten my fair share of cake in my life, so much so that my body said, bitch, you had too much cake. You don't get any more. Otherwise, you're going to have a migraine. Sit the fuck down. You ain't going anywhere until I decide that you can follow the rules and not have any more cake. Because, you know, I had my share of sugar in this lifetime already. So every time I eat sugar, I get a migraine. Oh. It's so fucking sad. It really is. But, so, that's not all of what I came to talk about tonight. But truly in my mind, I really just think about cake a lot of the time. But food actually, the reason I don't like talking about food is because for most of my life, it's actually been a nemesis of mine. It's kind of represented a foe, an unrequited lover of mine. So my big bold-faced secret is that I'm actually a recovering anorexic, and I, that's not funny. Oh God, but really, you know, if you're gonna finally start talking about this thing that you don't talk about, might as well do it in front of a group of fucking people. So I'm forcing myself to actually be transparent about it because it's reared its ugly head again in my life in the last little bit. And it's become this incredibly isolating and kind of frightening thing for me again. Not because I'm not eating, because I fucking love food, we already established that, but because it is talking in the background again and running the show. I had to change my migraine medication a year ago because my migraines are out of control. It was running my life. And the migraine medicine, I immediately dropped a whole bunch of weight and I lost my taste for all food. Tragedy. A total tragedy. I literally couldn't eat I couldn't taste anything. Nothing tasted good to me. And it was like the greatest tragedy had occurred. But the larger problem was that I immediately dropped a whole bunch of weight that I wasn't trying to lose. And you'd think I would have been really fucking happy when all of my small clothes started to fit and that it was like, oh my God, this is amazing. Except that it wasn't at all really joyful. all of a sudden it was just like, great, bitch, I got you right where I need you. Because the truth is, I'm not an anorexic in sort of the typical way. It's just in that controlling way, in that like rewarding, punishing way, scarcity, deprivation. Like this internal scale, gold star. Like if my view of the world and how I fit within it, and it's like this constant scale that's going on within my head that is like assimilating, kind of like Predator. Have you guys ever seen the movie Predator? Yeah. It's kind of like this heat-seeking like way of like assimilating yourself in the world and where you fit. And that's what's constantly going on inside my head. Instead of like just being excited that like, hey, the pants fit. Yeah. So I if I'm gonna find different ways to get happy other than eating cake, because cake's supposed to be a happy thing, right? Like a happy thing. You get to sit, you celebrate. People celebrate. They have cake, and that's a happy thing, right? No. I had to find different ways of getting happy rather than just eating cake. Because, my body ranges from things like, hey, if you're not going to be a size 0, then this isn't going to work. I'm sorry. Take your body back. Okay. Or, if, you're not going to, be your original size of 6 pounds, 7 ounces. Then I'm sorry, this just isn't going to work. Can we turn it in for something else? So, when I found that I had to find different ways to get happy, it was kind of like, if it's up to me, I would just eat bread, chocolate, and cheese all day long. That's what I would do. And my body was like, actually, we're going to need some fruits and vegetables. We're going to need some, a balanced diet. How about that? And I was like, can't we just move to France? We could watch the sunset come up over the Seine River, and we could eat chocolate, pain au chocolat. Can we do that? She was like, how about a regular sleep schedule instead? And I was like, what about sexy snacking? She was like, this actually isn't a negotiation. Have a seat, and when you follow the rules, we can talk again. You can't divorce your body. You can't actually move out. So I had to surrender to living my life in a different way and finding how to practice self-care and self-love and self-nourishment is my latest thing. I can see. Oh my God, I said it without gagging this time. So that her and I can have a compromise for living, so that look, it's not because I'm a good person or because I'm trying to because I have any willpower whatsoever. Let's be very, very clear. It's simply because I'm avoiding pain. So, when I had to come up with something to talk about, and the theme is eat me, what was I going to do? Tell you about how the best thing in my week is how I look forward to going and seeing my acupuncturist? It's like, that's my big treat, is I go see my acupuncturist. She sticks needles in me, and we talk about how I am, what did I do for myself this week? I set really appropriate boundaries. But when I leave the acupuncturist, there's this little tiny bakery that has gluten-free and vegan artichoke syrup sweetened. Artichoke syrup sweetened olive oil and lemon shortbread cookies that are so decadent and delicious. And I treat myself by going there, and then I stand outside on the ficus-lined avenue, and it's always on Tuesdays at golden time when the sun's just hitting right there, and I can watch the sun through the trees. I get to eat this delicious, freaking weird cookie that I didn't know could be as delicious as it is, but it's really super fucking delicious. And the truth is that most days I wonder how I'm gonna get through them, but in those moments after the acupuncturist, I can actually see how far I've come in my life, and self-nourishment is actually something that is a good thing for me, because food's become medicine in my life. and that self-control isn't actually driving my life anymore. It's actually aiding my life in a way that is a tool, instead of ruling my life. And that I get to just enjoy something that's nourishing instead of being destructive. And I can just get back to doing things one day at a time, one step at a time again. And it's a beautiful thing. So cake's actually come to mean more than dessert for me. And it's come to mean self-respect, dignity, and success on my own terms through my own blood, sweat, and tears. And it tastes better than I ever dreamed. I didn't come here to party. I didn't come here to stay. I came to leave with somebody.